Hello, geniuses. Thank you for checking out today's topic. Before getting into the topic of today, I want to share with you that you are a genius, you are special, you mean the world, and you are loved. Today's topic is George Floyd. Today we're going to be discussing George Floyd. Before getting into it, I just want to give you all an update. So, taking this current situation, I thought it to add a series of other videos, and this series is going to be called T-shirt videos. What this series is going to be, I'm going to put videos like this one in this series, and most of my videos I'm suit and tie, so my t-shirt videos are going to be more impromptu videos, more things that I have to think on my feet, things that are happening, are current, because I'll give you some insight. Now, we all know that all of my videos are done in one take. There's no editing. What comes out, blah, 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 blah. Whatever you hear is going to make it to the video. So now, the only difference with these videos and the others is that the main videos, I have a list of topics. Currently, I'm about at 200 topics, and every day I'm creating more and more and more content based on my topics, and I'm constantly receiving more topics from the public. So again, these videos are more impromptu. They're going to be focused on trending topics, things that are happening in our world, and that's what these t-shirt videos will be. On my YouTube, you will find these videos, this one being the first one, under the playlist called T-shirt videos. Why? Well, I simply won't be wearing a three-piece suit on these videos. So let's get into it. George Floyd. First, I want to say that my heart, my energy, all of me goes out to George Floyd and his family and to all of us, because this is something that is affecting us all. And I wanted to really dive deep into the powers that be and what is really going on behind the scenes. What is the importance of this George Floyd? And we already know my message is to live internally, live from the heart, and express yourself. My message is, let's stop being a victim. Let's not say I am this way because of how I was treated, because I was bullied, because my parents were drug addicts, because I didn't have parents, because of anything external, right? The moment we say I am this way because external situation, I am a victim. We know my message is, we have four dimensions: our mental, emotional, physical, and energetic self. So taking charge of these, we can then create the best life possible for us and for the collective. So that being said, I want to get into today's video and share with you my insights, my realizations, and what's really going on behind the scenes, what's going on with the powers that be. So let's just lay out the facts. An African American was murdered by a Caucasian police officer. Now, simply put, that's it, right? It was horrible, it was wrong, it should not have happened, and not only that, it became viral. It was recorded, and there has been no justice done to George Floyd, the victim. So, my message to you all is something that comes very deep from the heart. And ladies and gentlemen, stay with me till the very end. I promise it's going to be worth it, okay? We're going to go through some turbulent words, a tornado, but I promise it's worth it till the end of the video. So what is the message that we are currently sharing? Now, I'm speaking to you as a reflection of me. I'm coming to you as my best self, my greatest creation, and that's where I'm looking that you are. So again, the question is, what message are we sharing? Whenever we share the repost and post pictures of George Floyd, whenever we share the cruelty that has happened, what are we sharing? Is it a positive message or is it a negative message? Don't think about it more than we have to. Is it a positive or negative message? Now let's give some perspective. Let's say someone is sharing about how to cook a meal. Is that positive or negative? The next scenario, someone is sharing about a person that died in the 1950s. Is this negative or positive? The goal for this is to not think about it. Let's just take it as face value. What we are reposting, is it an overall negative message or is it a positive message? Now, I want to talk about the powers that be. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not it's not the physical happenings that influence our life. And the powers that be realize that we're as much physical as non-physical. And our non-physical aspects, there's three of them versus the physical. Let's look back at our four dimensions. We are physical, we are emotional, we are mental, and we are energy. The powers that be realize this. They know this. And their goal is to hold on to the power. The only way to hold on to the power of the collective is by governing, by defining their state of being. So let's go back to the question. Are we sharing a negative or positive message? What is the message? A police officer brutally murdered a citizen. And it so happens that they were from different races. Well, really not in my eyes, but we seem to cannot like separate skin color. And we're all in the same boat, right? It's a pandemic. We're not only going through a virus pandemic, but a civil and racist pandemic. So again, the powers that be realize what governs the human being. And I'm here to tell you that this is more of a spiritual, of a conscious war that we're going through versus a racism. This isn't about race. This isn't about, COVID-19. This is a conscious war that we're experiencing. And we're on the upside. We're going to make it out of this. We're going to win this war. And I had to make this video to shed some light and a full perspective of what's going on. We're sharing messages of let's go march and let's the word just slipped me, but in essence the answer is it's a negative message. Am I saying that we should not be talking about it, that we should not be reposting? That is not, but my message is, and I'm going to fill this in with some words of Teal Swan. To be successful, you have to make sure that all of you is moving in the same direction. Your heart is in the right place, ladies and gentlemen. Your heart wants to have justice, but are your emotions? What energy are we transmitting whenever we repost this? There could be anger, sorrow, sadness, fear. This is what the powers that be know. It's not about physical things. It's not about a plane crashing into buildings and many people dying. It's about how these actions ripple and what effect they have. Actions, they happen. So as soon as something is physically done, it's done and it's forgotten. But what lasts is the emotional, energetic imprint in society. We are a collective. We are the most advanced civilization, the most advanced, not civilization, but the most advanced animal in the planet in this time of day. But there is no other animal that endures this much stress, this much sorrow, this much fear. We have people that probably don't even want to go out in the street because their skin color. And then we have other people that they don't want to go to the street because they are the skin color that is doing the abuse. So it doesn't matter if you're white, if you're black, if you're, I mean, I don't even know what color I am. What color am I? Put in the comments, like, I'd love to know. I'm Honduran from birth. I mean, but what am I? Am I like, is this even white? Do we know what white is? Because there's no white people in the planet either. And there's also no black people. So if you're someone that wants to use like physical technical terms, like you look at like a color palette and then start talking. But the root issue here is, what energy are we transmitting? The only way the powers that be that are going to keep us in this low vibration in this life is by what where our collective is. There's no animal that endures this much pain, sorrow, fear. Everyone's scared. Before George Floyd, we were living through this time of like COVID-19, and we still are. So what does this mean? Now I'm scared of my family members. I can't touch you. There's no human interaction. Every human needs human interaction. I'm very cold. I mean, I'm to the point, and I live through my heart. I don't need anybody else, but even I need human interaction. Being the alchemist, being the all powerful that I am, I still need human interaction. So not only do we have George Floyd on one front, but we have COVID-19 that we're in fear. We don't know if we can trust our politics. We don't know if Trump is bad, if Obama is bad, if Obama had everything to do with investigation. We don't know if Trump is full of it. We literally don't know. But not knowing is an energy, and it's a negative energy. Every action, the end result of every action is a energetic imprint. So what does this mean? The George Floyd, he died already. Bless his soul. This is still very, like, the actions that actually happened have gone and have far, like, already passed a long time ago. But what will last is the energetic imprint. So I'm here to say, yeah, like, we should talk about it, but how are we talking about it? Like Teal Swan says, don't move in regarding success. Don't try to go be successful if you're not, if every aspect of you is not going in the same direction. I understand we want to show love, we want to show compassion, we want to help the planet by sharing this message so our government and all these people can be like, can fix their brain. I understand these things. But on the other side, the question is this, and I'm gonna make it really simple. Are you controlling four dimensions? Are you controlling your mental state, your emotional state, your energy, and your physical actions? All of them consciously. Because if you're not, I'm sorry to be the asshole that's gonna tell you, like, what we're doing is giving with one hand and taking. We're giving, like, we think we're giving love and we're helping the situation by like sharing this and all of this, but in the other side of it, we're not consciously controlling our energy, emotions, mental state, and energy. So what energy does it actually bring when we read, a man was murdered? Bottom line is that, what energy is the message? What energy does I mean, we all know about the news, and half of us don't watch the news. The other half watches the news just because we don't really care. But everybody can say that the news is all negative. Like, we know that, right? But what are we doing? We think, what, we don't like the news, so we're gonna take it on our own part to share the news. We're not sharing anything positive. Again, my message is not to I can't say the word. My message isn't to share it. My message is, take charge of yourself, because what you're also receiving is bad. You're receiving information of, death. Like, no one wants to hear it. So what do? Well, you're not consciously living a life that you should be. Emotions, mental, energy, physical. So whenever you send out that message, whenever I see that message, luckily I'm consciously controlling every aspect of myself, so I can actually freely receive information, because I have a shield around me. I have a force field. I'm an alchemist. It doesn't matter what I read, what comes before me. I'm in control of my internal state, my state of being, so I'm free. But if you're not in control of your state of being, you're simply receiving the information and transmitting it. And I'll end this video here. We are receiving very, very negative information. that causes separation. It's not about African Americans being the victim, because it's not, excuse me, it's not about the African Americans having fear. There's also white people that have fear. I understand we're trying to connect the race, but again, we're not in control of our subconscious. If you want to be in control of your subconscious, you have to live through the heart. So you're not in control of your subconscious. So your subconscious here's like, oh, white people and cops, and so there's so much negative energy. Yeah, you put one foot forward to try to do a good thing, but the lasting imprint is very negative. So my message is, let's take charge of yourself. Let's control what we can control and then start speaking. Because if not, I am transmitting what I am receiving. And it's clear to everybody the message is very bad. It's ugly, it's horrific. But if I'm receiving this message and the same intelligence that received it is transmitting it, then I am doing no good. It was Einstein that said, we cannot fix the problems with the same mentality that created them. So, George Floyd and your family, I love you. And I thank you for being the catalyst for us to once again have a fire for justice, for love, for a collective planet that is whole. And to the public, I just ask that we look at ourselves and say, am I the most, am I engineered in the way that should deliver this message? Am I where I should be? And I just ask that we wake up to the reality that the powers that be understand what governs life. They want us in this low vibration. If we're not scared, we don't care. That's it. Like, you're either scared of society, or you just don't care. And the whole mentality of what is it, like, to not know is liberation. That's ridiculous. We should be informed, but we should have a filter that can receive this information. So let's all unify to create an internal state of well-being, so then we can overcome the powers that be, because their goal is to keep us at a low vibration. And quickly, it's kind of crazy. I'm gonna get a little bit conspiracy on us. Whenever the planet began to open up in the United States, many people were going back to work. People were happy. Boom! What happened? They hit us with this George Floyd. So the coronavirus, put us in a very bad state, bad energy, and okay, now the planet's opening up. Now we're expressing we're happy, things are popping, things are going, and then boom, we get hit with this. I promise you, it's not about the physical actions. It's not about 9/11. It's not about Syria. It's not about kids under tunnels. It's not about, what is it, adrenochrome. It's not about this. The powers that be understand that what dictate our life is energy. And as long as they can keep us in a low vibration, then they're going to have the power. So let's wake up. I love you guys and have a great rest of the day.